the press and the media actually made me believe for a certain amount of time that I was a bad person because of jokes that I said.
With comedy, I mean, obviously not everybody, but there's always a certain subset or group that wants to, complain at that comedian saying, that joke was offensive,
Mm,
you shouldn't have done that. And obviously so many times where comedians get into trouble. And obviously look, I love watching comedy, and I love very, very naughty,
mm,
stand-up type comedy. That's my kind of thing. But I look at comedy and think it's impossible to do comedy without without taking the piss out of
mm,
someone. But there's a difference between taking the piss for fun
mm,
and obviously maliciously believing something. And ultimately, to me, every niche is under fire. Whether you're taking the piss out of women or men or black people or disabled people,
mm.
whatever it may be. I mean, how I guess how as a comedian do you ever overcome that problem? Because I mean, how can you do comedy without the risk of somebody
Mm.
turning around to use it against you? Does that make sense?
Yeah, I think that you've just got to not give a fuck. That is, and the problem that I had was the problem that I had. The only big regret I have is ever is apologizing, and I think that I was bullied into thinking that because I said risky things or because I said stuff that was considered to some people too much, that I was too much as a person. The press and the media actually made me believe for a certain amount of time that I was a bad person because of jokes that I said. And I look back on it now and I think it's insane. And I think anyone that I mean, you are more than welcome to be upset about a joke. You know what I mean? I hear stuff and I think, fucking hell, that's a bit much. I wouldn't say that. But I think when you start going into the realm of trying to stop someone saying it, I think you're weird. I think you got serious like problems. If you're the type of person that goes, listen, I didn't find that funny, so I don't want anyone else to find it funny. And if you do find that funny, you have an issue because we all grow up in different areas. Like we have different filters, we have different backgrounds. Do you know what I mean? I grew up in a rough area. I moved out when I was 15 years old, and I grew up with a group of lads from the age of 15. So what I consider funny and what my reality is going to be completely different to someone that went to fucking private school and had mummy and daddy pay for everything for them until they was an older age and they was covered in cotton wool and didn't go out and fucking see people robbing or getting stabbed or shot or fucking whatever. Do you know what I mean? Everyone has different
Mm.
ways of living. So no one has the right to tell anyone else what they should or shouldn't laugh at. It'd be like me walking into a gallery and and I have someone that's looking at a painting saying that's amazing, and me go, no, that's shit.
Mm.
Don't like that painting. In fact, take that painting down and burn it. That painting should never be allowed to be put up. Comedy's subjective. It's an art form.
I think that's the thing that ultimately every bit of comedy is, or rather, every joke is a joke at someone or something's
Yeah.
expense, isn't it? And the difficulty in trying to be that comedy police person is that everybody finds something funny. And I was like, I don't like that joke because you've taken the piss out of someone in a wheelchair, and my dad's in a
Yeah.
wheelchair. Okay, but then
But my dad ain't in a wheelchair.
yeah, and
Do you know what I mean?
you've laughed at something about a black guy. I
Yeah.
don't like you laughing about that because I've got a black
but
mate.
what no one, it's all well and good, but actually, right now, like being a white working class man, right? Being a 40-year-old white working class man trying to break into the industry, get on TV, play lead roles in films, and that is do you know what I mean? From London is more difficult than a lesbian, a gay, a trans person. If you're trans, you're fucking working everywhere. Do you know what I mean? If you're trans now, you are blowing up. Like if you're trans comedians, fuck me. Do you know what I mean? Netflix specials the lot. Me, you'll never see me get a Netflix special now. Do you know what I mean? And the thing that pisses me off as well is I still get that stuff on social media now where people go, aren't you the rape joke comedian? But then you got fucking Jimmy Carr on Netflix specials doing rape jokes. Fucking it's just the industry it's a weird place, and I think that the key to being a successful comedian is not giving a shit about the people that don't get you. It's just letting them go and focusing on the people that do.